When I say holding a person's feet to the fire, this is on a whole different level, baby. Huntsville, y'all is something over here. Let's talk about this. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Love and Marriage Huntsville. This is season 8, episode 2. Now, as you all know, I am new to the show, so I am jumping in, new to the show. And listen, when I say that Melody and Leticia know how to hold a person's feet to the fire, baby, I said, oh, interesting. And I told y'all before I couldn't wait to meet this Kiki person. So I done seen Kiki, and I said, well, what is all this drama about Kiki? Child, that Kiki is a piece of work. She is a hot ass mess. Anyway, but let's go here. Let's start here. Moses and Sonny, because we left off last week. We left off at a to be continued kind of thing, and it was Carlos on his messy shit. Okay, messy. We see Sonny and we see Moses. Moses is cute. He's a cute guy, but let me say this. I sat. I listened to what it was they were saying. I tried to pull it together, and I'm sure it's not just because I'm new, because you all have seen these characters before, but this was something they were just like dropping, and everybody was trying to wrap their mind around it. This whole thing of Destiny. First of all, let's just say Destiny was lying. She's lying. The dates ain't lining up. It was 8 months from the meeting time till the telephone number exchange was like 8 months, and then a year till we actually start dating. But then he never actually broke up with his ex, so Destiny was already was the side chick, and Destiny's unstable, and all of this business. All this business. So I'm saying, so all of this is Destiny's fault. Then she tried to downplay her role as the producer for Destiny. There's nothing to downplay. She was your producer. It's a reality show. She sits in front of you and tells you all her business. You took all her business and you used it against her, and you took her boyfriend. Now, am I so new that I didn't catch what was going on? Because that's what I caught. That's what I caught. And then what is all this? She was a side chick. They was together for years. She's a side chick because he had other. Is she a side chick or is he a whore? He's a whore. Now, like I said, Moses is cute. But sometimes cute run you into these type of problems. Then Destiny, I don't know. See, I ain't seen that much about Destiny, but it is what it is. All I know is the math ain't mathing, and it's all sound like a deflection. And again, the crux of it all is that you were her handler. When you have a handler in reality TV, you basically give them your storyline, and they go and they report back to Carlos's messy ass, and then they do what it is they do, reality magic, and put you in positions so the shit could blow up. She kept some information for herself, and by information I mean your man, honey. She slid right up underneath. She found out where the cracks were in the foundation, baby, and she came in with cement. Took that man and married him. And now you ain't got nothing like, well, I text her and I tried to call her, but she wouldn't answer me. What? Are you feeling okay? Are you feeling okay? You thought she wanted to talk to you. Then You know, as you talk to Sonny more, Sonny started getting more comfortable because she said she was uncomfortable. She's not used to her. And Moses said it's a little different being behind the camera and then being in front of the camera and in full range for the firing squad of people, you know, the fans. But the more comfortable she got, the nastier she got. I said, listen to her. She left a gap in her relationship. He had several women, and you was just a side chick. And then Melody asked her exactly what I was thinking. Well, why the hell is you so heated? Y'all was calling each other sis and all this. Y'all was creating what was supposed to be this beautiful friendship. But now you acting like she just ain't shit, wasn't about shit, didn't know how to hold on to her man, but you knew how to hold on to him. Octopus arms much, ma'am? Here's my synopsis. When it comes to Sonny and Moses, from what I see so far, they're trash. Pure trash. That little relationship and that marriage that they got going on, listen, congratulations to you. Enjoy it while you can, because it will not last. It will not last. You two need to realize how you start is how you finish. And from where I sit, neither one of you two are trustworthy. You are both trash. You are both sneaky and trashy. And just how y'all started is how y'all going to end. If you think y'all are going to have a happy ever after and a lovely ending, I doubt it very seriously. There's a thing called karma. She's a bald-headed bitch, and she always works overtime. Believe it. Believe it. I think they're trash. Now, I'm going to keep on watching. I'm going to keep on watching to see what really goes on, and maybe I'm wrong. But from where I'm sitting right now, episode 2, baby, I ain't. See, I don't like no shit like that. I don't get into all that. That's a mess. That's a mess. That's a love triangle taken and turned on the side if I ever seen one. And I didn't know what was worse when it comes to Miss Sunny. What was worse, baby? Either her attitude or her hairline. I said it. Horrible. Horrible. This is not your good way to start your reality career off, honey. You looking bad in these streets, sister. I wouldn't leave no man of mine around her, baby. She's a little thirsty. 8 arms much. Anyway, moving on. Marcel and Maurice were out there. They were on their way to see Martel. Now, in the car, they were already going back and forth. Marcel was like, that dude is not going to listen. That dude is narcissistic. That dude is off the chain. That dude is headstrong in his bull crap, and he ain't going to listen to us. Now, Maurice was hopeful. And he's like, no, it's going to be okay. We're going to talk to him. You know, he needs to spend some time with fellas, and we can like kind of guide him and kind of help him and say, you know, don't do this. Think about it a little bit. Don't jump into that. That's not going to turn out good. You know, that kind of thing. They got over there with Mr. Martel, honey. Mr. Martel is the most important part of his story. I don't know no better way to say it. He is the most important part of his story. And he wasn't. They asked him, why the blogger interview? Why? Like, why'd you even do it? Or were you trying to hurt her? Yes, go ahead, make him admit. And that's the thing. I said, he ain't going to admit that. But he did. Well, she went low, and I had to go low. And he don't get it. Like, why? See, I always wondered when I was on the outside looking in, like, why people be calling him a bitch ass nigga, stuff like that. Because he is. Because he is. He fight like a girl. But, and that's fine. Because you got men that are as petty as women. I ain't heterosexual, but that ain't, always the excuse. I'm just as petty as a woman. I listen. My get back is something serious, okay? And it's usually you don't see that in heterosexual men in this capacity because they got their get back too. But in this capacity, see, heterosexual men do a lot of ignoring you. Like they'll hit you in your pockets. They'll dry a woman's pocketbook up. They will downgrade your ass. Baby, let me upgrade you. They'll downgrade your ass just like they took you from somewhere and made you look like money. They'll make you look like you ain't got none. That's the type of get back that generally you'll see from a heterosexual man. You know, they're not really usually on that thing of embarrassing you in public and that kind of thing because, it comes across as bitch assness, and it comes across as, you know, people start questioning their sexuality, like, why are you so cutthroat? Why are you so catty and so cunty? What is really going on? You know what I mean? So you don't usually see that from heterosexual men, but heterosexual men will get very quiet on you. When you get into a situation like that with a heterosexual man, you, girl, protect your neck. Protect your neck and your purse string, because that's what they'll do. Baby, they'll dry your goddamn purse out. They'll try to do, girl, credit cards and shit cut off, cars and shit being snapped, whatever they can stop from your glow up to take you back. If you were one that they built, and I hate to say it like that, but if you're one that they built and they're the breadwinner, they'll dry you out. They will dry you out like an old piece of pita bread. That's how men fight. Martel fights like one old nasty piece of queen from down in Atlanta, Georgia. He fight like one of the girls. He like, I want to embarrass her. I want to go on to social media and I want to let Miss Thing have it. That's kind of how Martels fight. And he ain't even apologetic about it. He's like, listen, I am here in full bitch assness and let's get it, bitch. That's what he's giving. And I'm like, okay. And they're telling him, yo, it really ain't a good look. Like, this is not a good look. Like, that's your ex-wife. And that's the other thing. Mother your children and your ex-wife. At some point, you really love this woman, or you were supposed to. So to even be coming at her like that is just crazy to me. Like, even when a man, you know, because sometimes men get to a point where they really hate the woman. The woman and the man, they fall out and they just hate each other. They just, you know, men usually just go away like, I don't want the bitch nowhere around me. I'm just done with it. Martel, he all but windmilling. So I'm like, okay. Marcel still's like, he's never going to change. Maurice was still kind of trying to be hopeful, but you could see Maurice. And Maurice is so cute when his eyes get real, real beady. Like, his eyes got so beady, like he couldn't believe the things that was coming out of Martel's mouth. And he was like, it looked like he really wanted to smack the shit out of him. It was so cute to me. I said, oh, poor Maurice. Poor thing. He's just so hopeful. And he was just so done with it. You know what I mean? So I was like, this is crazy. And Martel was exactly like Marceau said. He didn't want to hear it at all. He literally was not hearing what they were saying. And he was like, whatever, I don't care. And yes, I'm going to eat it. I said, shut up, girl. Hush. Hush. I said, hush in the name of Jesus. Shout out to Pastor Keon with that terrible church, and you better quit doing that shit. Anyway, I'm on another thing. Snapping at the parishioners. Knock it off. Anyway, let's go over here to Kiki's house. So I finally met Kiki. I said, oh, Kiki, girl, you messy. Miss Kiki. Her and the mean. So Kiki got an old messy ass piece of husband over there with her too. Big piece, but a piece of husband. And they both messy. I said, whew. And Stormy went over there. And Stormy was like talking to them. And she was talking very frank to them. Like, she was letting them say what they had to say at first. And I just looked. They done cheated real fast. Like, I got a real fast view of who these people are. They done cheated on each other. They done disrespected and defiled their whole marriage all on their own. Nobody had to help them out. They done turned it and made each other look foolish, and they done acted foolish against one another. And I'm looking at them like, and y'all ain't embarrassed to be saying this? He asked me for money to take out another girl. Were you a damn fool? You should have gave it to him and never looked back. You should have gave him $5 and told him, get her whatever portion of the Happy Meal you can get her, and then you keep on going, big boy. Walk on away from me, honey. And I would have never looked back. But they done cheated on each other, and that was a mess. Stormy was sitting there looking at him like table ping pong, honey. I said, mess, pure mess. I was like, get me out of this. I was literally hollering out at the television, telling Stormy, get me out of this house, God damn it. Get me out of this house now. I don't want none of that foolishness to jump off on me. It was just too much. It was too thick in there. And Kiki, I said, I guess, blame everything on her mother. Well, my mother, she talked to the bloggers and no accountability for nothing. It was all mama's fault. When I tell you she threw her mother under the bus, she literally held her mother down while the Port Authority bus ran over her head. I said, oh, and backed up. Mama got all the blame. I said, who does that? And I was like, okay. And then Stormy let her get it all out. Then Stormy told her, listen, I don't believe you. That was the first piece of this episode. When I say people hold people's feet to the fire, girl, I don't believe you. What you talking about? This thing. My belief system ain't believing. I don't believe you. And all you had to do is come to me and talk to me straight up. And that's it. Just straight up. Like I ride for you. But girl, I can't ride with you like this. Because this is crazy. You got me out here in these streets looking foolish with you and his fat ass. I said, oof. And then she came and she broke back and she had somewhat of an apology. And I was like, I ain't I don't know about her. I don't trust her ass at all. So I don't trust nothing she say. I said, all right. But Stormy just really did hold her feet to the fire. So she and I was like, and this is the thing, even with all of what she was doing, I felt like she was acting. Am I wrong, y'all? Y'all leave it in them comments. Let me know. Is Miss Stormy acting? She was giving me very mommy dears. I'm not acting. Like the man said, honey, if you're not acting, then you're wasting your time. If you are acting, honey, you're wasting mine. Just a mess. I was like, this is stupid. I just didn't believe her. I didn't believe nothing she's saying. The apology just didn't hit right. Stormy was like, yeah, girl, okay. And then Stormy finally got me up out of there. I said, thank you, Stormy. Get me the hell up out of their house before something jump off on me, honey, because too much going on in here. Too much lies, filth, flooring, and foolishness going on in here. So then we go, Kimmy and Leticia sit down, and here Leticia did not know that Sonny was coming. I got to stop right here. Now, I like Kimmy. From when I was watching, remember I told y'all, I watched earlier on in the very first season. I watched the first season, okay? And I tried to go into the second season, and I couldn't really, it just didn't happen for me, okay? So I kind of like breezed through and I watched the first season, all crunched up real fast. And I did like Kimmy, and I liked Kimmy and Maurice. I kind of liked them. Is Kimmy with Maurice? Yeah, I think. Is Kimmy part of Maurice or Marcel? Whichever one. I liked Kimmy. We'll just go with that. I got to pull that back together. Who belongs to who? I think it's Kimmy and. I think it's Kimmy and Maurice. Y'all know, I'll pull it together which couple they are, because they're the two couples that I kind of pulled together, and I was like, oh, okay. Now Leticia, she kind of, I didn't know where to put her. I couldn't put my thumb on her too good about where to put her when I watched that first season. I was like, I don't know. But I liked Kimmy. I did like Kimmy. Kimmy's like a mature, she gives me mature chick. Okay. Um, there was a lot of stuff going. She goes with Marcel. Kimmy belonged to Marcel. I believe that's how that works. Is that right? Yeah, I think Kimmy belongs to Maurice. I don't know. Listen, put it in the thing because I'm confused on who she belongs to. But it don't matter because we're talking about Kimmy and Leticia. Okay, I know which one they are. Okay, and I got to stop here. And I said all that about me liking Kimmy because I gotta drag her right now. I gotta drag her, and I don't even want to do it to her for real. But I gotta give it to you. I do, Miss Kimmy. That confessional look is horrible. It is horrible. The color don't do anything for you, and the fit of it was just terrible. It was terrible. Leather, you have to be very, very careful with leather. Very careful. First of all, if they were going to do that outfit like that, it's like a half of a bustier and a half of something else. It should have been done in lambskin because lambskin is very supple and it will stretch like spandex damn near if you get the right piece. And I'm sure money is not an issue. So I'm sure you can afford the right pieces, but lambskin, anything that's going to be leather is going to be really fitted like that, you get lamb because the lambskin, they're smaller, and also like I said, they stretch kind of like spandex, and they will. That outfit was just, it looked like a coat. Everything all about it looked like a coat, not a jacket, not a blazer, like a leather coat, a winter coat. It was so cumbersome. Even the way it was gripping on her boob, and it just didn't look good at all. And the hair was terrible. Oh my God. Now I loved her hair when in real time when she was sitting in the restaurant and she just had her little natural and had her hair look like straw set. But I think that was just her, just wash her hair and then let her real hair air dry up in its regular curl pattern. It looked really nice. And now that looked really nice. I thought she looked really, really good. Makeup, really good. Everything. It was a total get back to, like, no, look at me, because that confessional look was just horrible. Her confessional looked like she actually had finger waves and then took a shower and accidentally sat her head under the dryer or under the water and didn't have time to do nothing. And they just kind of dried it with a dryer and it just looked a mess. It looked a mess. None of it was right. It was just terrible. Everything, the hair, the outfit, the color, all of it was terrible. Her makeup wasn't bad, but everything else around it was just a mess. So sorry, Kimmy, but I had to do it. I had to do it. Maybe it was wrong. It was wrong. It was wrong from the inception. It was wrong from the designer. When the designer thought it up, it was just wrong. It was wrong. They did you wrong. They did you wrong. Okay. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. Leticia. Leticia did not give a damn. When I tell you, you talk about holding her feet, she held Sunny's ankles down on the match. Do you understand? She said to her, girl, that's trifling. So they said, Destiny's our girl, and we just got questions. You know what I mean? Just to know, like, what's going. And Sunny was very open, like, well, it is what it is, blah blah blah. And Leticia was like, girl, this whole thing is trifling. When she said it's trifling, I dang near fell off this couch like, did she just call her trifling on the slide? Did she just call this woman trifling? And Sunny kind of looked like, well, I mean, no, girl, she called you trifling. That's one of them words in Black culture. Somebody called you trifling, a fight might break out because there's a few things you don't want to be. Black women, when I grew up, ain't like to be called no bitch. That would break out into a fight. And trifling was right up there with it. They ain't want to be called no trifling. Trifling means like you're dirty, you ain't tidy, and you got real bad decisions, and you just ain't to be trusted. Just trifling. And see how I said it? The word itself, just like bitch. Because bitch, bitch can be very endearing, depending on what group of friends you with. Not me and my girlfriends, because I don't use that on my girlfriends. I really don't. Now, when I'm with my girlfriends, we use that in gay lingo. Bitch is like, oh, bitch, go ahead, bitch. See what I mean? It's all in, oh, bitch. And I noticed that, as I've, time was going on, women actually do that themselves. But when I grew up, black women didn't. That bitch stuff, they ain't play that stuff. But with the gays, that's always been a thing. That's my bitch. All of that. But trifling, there ain't no nice way to call nobody trifling. You trifling. That's just, it has never been a nice word. It's never conveyed anything not. Somebody call you trifling, you might as well just fight them, because trifling, just trifling, That's just that word. Walk in the house, the roaches run around. This fuck is this trifling? It just is not a good word. So when she said it, I was like, somebody get him. Where's the security? But Sunny just kind of like let it go. Then she went on and she started that line. I was like, she's lying. When she said, well, first I rejected him. And then like I had to decide. I said, the more she see this the thing, what I thought was Sunny, the more you talk, the worse you look. The more you talk, the more into your truth you get. Well, I mean, I had to figure out like a friendship with her. I don't really know her like that. She got very dismissive because Leticia was firing the hard questions at her. And I chose myself, and it just was what it was. No, it ain't just was what it was. You stole her man. Period. That's what you did. You did. And then she's like, well, I texted her because I reached out to her, and maybe I should have reached out to her reached out. I should have reached out to her earlier. That's what I think I could have did it that way. Because Leticia asked her, well, what would you do different? She said, because I just think I wasn't going to be able to sleep well at night, so I reached out to her. She said, and why is it that you think that you weren't going to sleep well at night? Because you knew you were wrong, because you were still in her man. I said, oh. She said, see, you's a trifling kind of female. I said, help me somebody. You's a trifling kind of female. I said, oh, the fight's going to break out. But Sunny took it on the chin and went on, and the way that she performed and the way that her attitude is toward this thing, I actually have to agree with Leticia. It's actually a good choice of word. She is just that. She's a trifling type of female. I could tell you what type, but I don't want to be rude, so I won't. I'm new here. I don't want to be too mean, honey. So I'll leave that to Leticia. Leticia, good job. Moving on. And that Leticia's mouth is something serious. I said, girl, your mouth, honey. Your mouth is something vicious and quick, honey, and you real opinionated, girl. I said, ooh-wee. Okay, so here's the last piece, Melody. So Melody is over there at the studio doing her thing. Work with a choreographer. Working on choreography with her choreographer and her backup dancers. And then in comes Kiki. Now Kiki comes in and Kiki goes to this thing, and I guess they hadn't seen each other since the break, of the season and all that. Some stuff went down, and it's a big old blow up. And then Kiki went to the blog. That's where Kiki went to the blogs, and the whole thing. Melody was like, "Listen, this is my check we're talking about here," and because she went through this whole spiel again, and I'm like, okay, so she had talked to Stormy, so I'm like, okay, so she's going to take some accountability. She come in the door apologizing to Melody, like, if things really got out of hand. I really didn't mean for it to get like that, because I really liked you, and this, that, thing, and the other, and I was never trying to betray you or anything like that. And the whole issue was about information being leaked to the blogs. That was the big thing. That was the big thing. Information being leaked to the blogs before it actually made it to us, and that kind of thing. And she went right back. And just when I thought she was going to push a chair. That's where the issue is. You ain't good, Miss Kiki. Girl, you don't know how to push out a tear, because everything you was doing and all this carrying on, you were doing all that. Girl, faith without works is dead. Your tear ducts were dead. All of this apologizing that you were supposed to be doing and how things went down, it definitely required a tear, one that you couldn't give. You couldn't push a tear out, girl, because you're lying. You're lying. And you're lying on your mother. And it's now Mother's Day. It ain't Mother's Day when you film, but it's Mother's Day now. They got you looking foolish out here in the street dragging your mama. Child, she went right back into that. My mom did, my mom said, and I was really angry with her. She threw her mother right back under said bus again. I said, I know this lady is tired. This lady got tire marks all up and down her back. And I said, oh God. I said, Melody gonna be fine with the information. They're gonna do the whole fake hug. Baby, when I told you that people's hold feet to the fire and wasn't playing no games, I said, I was on the wrong show. Honey, that Melody sat up there just as straight, honey, and just as stoic, honey, and told her, see, this is my check you talking about, okay? I got houses, cars, businesses to run, children to take care of. It's my check. You run around telling business ain't supposed to be telling, that's a direct hit at my check. And I can't have that. And I ain't got you to do. She literally, when I say she cut that friendship off, told her, girl, I wish you the best. I don't want no harm to come to you. But Miss Thing, my inner circle is like this, and it's growing even smaller, and it's growing smaller without you. I don't want anything to do. I said, oh girl, when I say she did not sugarcoat nothing, she cut her with a Ginsu, okay? Miss Thing, get on up out of my face. I don't want to hear it. Well, you were throwing glasses and water and this, that. She said, girl, get on out of my face, honey. Cut her down so quick and so fast. I said, oh, Miss Melody, hold, honey. Cut her up, like I said, with a Ginsu, honey. No sugar coating whatsoever. I said, girl, she just washed her mouth out with soap, honey, and hit you with the box that it came in. I said, oh my gosh. And sent her right on out of there. And I thought the funniest thing of the whole episode was Kiki. I said, they petty. Carlos King style. Petty. Why they got to film that lady walking out of there doing the walk of shame back to her car? I said, lost a friend much? Bye, Kiki. Horrible. I said, whoa. Listen, I enjoyed myself. It was a lot. But when I say you all hold folks' feet to the fire, oh yeah, y'all good at that over there in that Huntsville. I guess I'm gonna have to stick around, honey, and see what else y'all got. Oh, episode 2. Too much. Listen, I'll definitely be back next week, and I'll talk to y'all then. Y'all have a good one. And to all the mothers out there, I'm recording this on May 12th. It is Sunday night. I watched the show last night. To all the mothers out there, and I should have said this in the very, very beginning of the video, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers that are here, to the mothers that have transitioned on, to all the ladies who have stood in the gap for other mothers that were not available. Happy Mother's Day to every last one of you queens from me over here at SpillitBoy TV. Happy Mother's Day, you all. Have a good one. Good night.